Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nightingale Plays Factorio, Mercantilism and Misanthropy. So, you guys might notice that this looks a little bit different from what it did last episode, and we've got our steady stream of very slow robots going. There are, where is it? Available logistic robots, 0 of 500. So we've got 500 robots. In-game time has been, I'm not sure how long since the last episode, while I was cleaning this up, a very long time, and the robots are still slowly moving the iron ore over. So I've done a couple things to optimize this. So instead of having iron in a little corner, iron, steel, you can see are spread out. You can see the filters in the corner. Open it up and see it a bit better here. So each chest along one row has all the same filters. So we've got iron products, steel products, we've got titanium pipes, which we'll eventually want, we've got steel, and then all our various bearings and gears. Down here we have copper and bunch of metals, copper and bunch of different metals, and that's the same across all of these. So that way, if a train comes and it wants, let's say it wants tin, well, it's got this whole row of chests to get tin from. So rather than having like 2 chests and having 2 inserters going, it's going to have an entire row. So each train that comes through here is going to have hopefully at least a full row of inserters going, just to kind of minimize the amount of time that trains stay in these stations, because I'm expecting to see a lot of utilization. So you also can see modular roboports with Bob's mods are absolutely fantastic. So I've got my large robot charging pads all strewn about, because before they were just all congregating around these, which is not very effective. You have lots of pads, they'll just stop when they need to charge and keep going. Now, it takes so long to get robots from here to here, so we are going to need to do some serious fixes for that. So what can we do to fix that? So one is add more robots. We only got 500. Honestly, 5,000 might be about the right number, so we're off by about a factor of 10. Research, robot cargo size. Right now, each one of these robots is carrying a single piece of iron, which is ridiculous. So cargo size, +1, +2, +3. So what is that? Level 3. So that should get them, I believe, up to 4. So they'll be carrying 4 times as much. So that's 4 times as much throughput. So after that is the logistic robot speed, 35%. So 35% more throughput, another 40% more throughput, 45, 55, and 65. So out of those two, let's just compare. This is 200. The speed is 50. So for the amount of research I'm spending, 35 for 50 versus 100% for 200. This is actually slightly better, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to get them both in some sort of order. Problem, of course, is that I did craft a bunch of these in hand between episodes, but it takes a really long time. 12 seconds each. So it's a full minute just to craft 5. So yeah, that means there's many minutes there. So I think what we'll do this episode is we will go down and automate blue science. I was hoping to have this as the not blue science, but we're just so far from getting everything we need for blue science. I mean, that's 3 types of circuits that we need to do, 1 type of battery, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 5 types of resources plus oil. So it's at least 6 different stations with places to drop them. There's like 12 different stations. We're going to need more room, so we're going to have to clear out a lot more biters. I mean, we are a long, long way from automating blue science in this base. In the mercantilism base. Now, combinators. Why do I have so many combinators? They're all basically the same with different resources, so it's actually not very complicated. Look at the first one. If iron is less than 23k, output a 1. And then if steel is less than 24k, and I'll explain these numbers. Copper less than 23k, gears less than 12k, sticks less than 6k, etc. So I've got one of these for each resource that I had listed there. So all of these are attached together with green wires. So via the green wire to the combinator, I get the amount of resources in these. Everything over here, absolutely everything, the active providers as well as the intermediate storage are connected with red wires. So the red wires come over, so you can see we have signals green and red. So the red means there are 21K on the right side. The green wire means that there are 26K iron on the left side. So they're getting added together here to make 47K. So initially I was just thinking I would measure on this side and I would control my trains based on that. Now the problem with that is, let's say I wanted 40K iron. So if I wanted 40K iron and I just used the green signal, it would say, okay, I need 14K more iron, so send a train. But in reality, I've got 26 plus 21 that the robots just haven't moved over. So I've got more than enough iron. It's just the robots are too slow. So, I mean, especially with the robots in their current state, I just had to disable the trains because it was just going to fill up too quickly. It was going to fill up every single one of these chests with iron, and that was not going to work for me. So in the future, hopefully that's not as much of an issue, but as we start getting more throughput, maybe the robots will get behind. I just don't want to get myself into trouble where I just get too much stuff over here. So we add the red and the green circuits. So the green circuits is stuff that's in this area. Red circuits is stuff that could potentially be moved into this area. So these output just a 1. So you can see the iron. It doesn't output anything, but everything else is outputting a 1. And that all goes output on green signals. So you can see on this wire. So what these signals mean is I have a station that needs this type of resource. It doesn't say how much. The amount is all calculated here. And what this amount is 3/4. So 3/4 of the storage. So if these are less than 3/4 full, we need more. Or rather, if they have the potential, don't have the potential to be 3/4 full, because it's also counting this stuff. So yes, so our 20K plus 27K is 47K. That is much more than 23K, so we have enough iron, so don't send me iron trains. So all I'm going to have to do, and I haven't done this yet, is go hook up those trains for the signals and say, if iron is greater than 0, send a train. If steel is greater than 0, send a train. The gears and pipes train is going to be a little bit more complicated. I haven't built that yet, but I know what I'm going to do, so I'll show you that when I get to it. I mean, we're already 8 minutes into this video and all I'm doing is blabbing. But the last thing I want to say about this is it's modular. So this is my kind of metal goods train. If I'm definitely going to want more than one because this is the most important thing. So I'll just copy this whole thing. It'll have its own internal green network, its own set of combinators. And so it might need iron, but the other one won't. So this one would output a 1 for iron. This one would output a 0. It would get added together automatically on the wire. And then this wire eventually here would say 1 iron. If they both need iron, it would be a 2. I'm not going to bother with differentiating between, 1, 2, 3, 4 needs a little bit of iron, a lot of iron. It's just needs iron, send a train. Now, each of these are both going to be adding the same red stuff in. So if I have 2 of these, the red circuit side is going to get counted twice, which I'm not too concerned about. I mean, that means there's lots over here. Sending a train isn't going to help anything anyway because the robots are behind on their job. Once the robots move enough stuff over and the stuff that gets moved over stops getting counted twice and we dip below the threshold, well, then we'll send a train and there's going to be more over here. So, yeah. The primary thing we need to get this actually working well, though, is going to be science. So I'm going to head down and do a little science build. All right, so here we are. So let's, I'm actually going to start the cargo size just because does more for me and it's the one that takes the longest. Just sort of spread that out. I'm not going to bother to get it any better than that. Okay, we need more of these guys. So I'm going to do 4 science, and we're just going to do robots. So let's see here. Well, let's just put it into a provider chest for now. Passive provider. Then you can have some requester chests. Now we've got lots of those, right? Alright, so you will all gonna input into this one chest, and we'll take stuff from these chests. Of course, I should also get a RoboPort so that the stuff can get brought here. Do we have a RoboPort? No, we don't. Let's build a couple. Okay, who's complaining? Up here. So that's something I'm going to need to go take care of. Not urgent, though. So what do we need? Batteries, electronic circuits. Okay, so most of these are easy. We're going to need more providers. Okay, what are we missing? Smart chest, probably steel? Yeah, missing steel. Okay, so red chest. So we got that one there. We'll do... Actually, do I need steel? For some reason I think I need steel for these. Ah, yes I do. So, passive provider here. Can't actually filter this down. So what we can do though is just do one here and one here. And that gets both of our resources. Oh, I didn't mean smart. No. Alright, fastener. There and there. Okay, so you can be limited to, I don't know, 4 stacks. 4 stacks. So right up here, that gives us 3 out of the 4 resources that we need. Put a RoboPort there. Give it, I don't know, 100 robots, let's say. Okay, this limit needs to be way higher because we're going to need to bring so many logistics robots up to our warehouse. All right, perfect. While we're here, let's get just a ton of repair packs. Get some robots here. That's construction robots, though. There we go. Ah, look at him go. So they are going to repair the walls. That's not really what I wanted for this, but that's not too bad. Not too big a deal. What are we out of for repair packs? Iron gears. Just iron in general. Okay, except smart inserters. You're not going to get any smart inserters that way. So, 4 smart inserters. Oh wow, this iron over here is done. That's okay, we're basically pretty close to done with this base, right? Maybe. Okay, and now we need a requester chest. So we'll request, let's do it this way. So smart inserters take fast inserters take regular inserters, and other stuff. So you'll be the smart inserters. which will eventually go into a passive provider, which can just get carted over there. This is like not a very good robot build, to be perfectly honest. Just I'm not providing stuff very well. Okay, so we can get the inserters over. Iron and basic electronics. Ammo. These are probably the only turrets that aren't hooked up to these and the west ones. They haven't really needed to be hooked up. Alright, so a passive provider, red chest. So do one right here. You had 4 slots, so no reason to change that. 4 slots. Okay, now we just need to get iron here. I'm tempted right here. Yeah, this one we can fairly easily belt down. In fact, I'm not sure why I bothered to make that a splitter. Okay, so iron for you. And iron for you. There we go. Save the logistic robots a little bit of work. Of course, forgot the whole reason for this space here is to have an inserter. Alright, so why... Oh, inserter, of course. Okay, so now the logistics robots, so 2 is not nearly enough. Let's do 20. We want no iron, and this can be... Let's do 80 and 40. Okay, so other than the robots just kind of taking their time. So these guys, you also need the same thing. Let's do another requester chest. That was basic electronics. 80 of them seems good. Okay, and then I'll go to the passive provider. No limits to that one. Let's limit it to 2. And then robots will take it from here to these 2, and it'll end up in here. And then it'll end up in here. Okay, you have all the science. Alright, so requester chests here, here, here. They will request a single. Actually, if we go like this, does that? It doesn't work for labs. Science pack 3. 200, no. How about 2? Blue science into there. Blue science into there, there. Okay, I can get 1 here to cover 2. Some of these I just won't easily be able to cover, and I'll just live with that. Like these ones here. So these 2 are covered. This one is not. Okay, so cargo size, already we're into stuff we can't research without doing more stuff. So let's just go for the speed. Okay, so now we've doubled the effectiveness of our robots, which is great. Alright, in terms of the amount I can produce, science pack 3. Okay, so why aren't you getting batteries or steel? The logistics networks are connected. Are they not in the logistics network? No, they're not. So I could do another roboport. Yeah, let's just go all the way, do a roboport. No, I didn't want to take that one. Undo. Cannot insert assembly machine. Really? Dump off some of this stuff. Robots are over here. Alright. You can have that robot frame back. Okay, so I was trying to put a roboport down, is what I was trying to do. Still? No, I'm just in the way. No. It's just, can I get around that? Yes, I can. Now will you let me put a roboport there? Okay, now go fetch that stuff, robots. I feel like I don't have enough robots here. Go, work. Nope. I had plenty available, 137. They're just lazy. Okay, so I think actually what that means is I need to increase these numbers. 20 seems like a better number across the board. Alright, so if I do that, available robots is about 70. Alright, so we've got sort of crappy, weird, automated blue science here. Is any of these actually working yet? We've got the steel coming, then they'll start working. This one's updated to 20. Alright. Yeah, blue science there. Okay, so we've got the robots going to work. So now we can start improving our logistic robot stuff. Meanwhile, stuff here that I want to get rid of. Resistors, tin copper wire goes up there. Batteries are for robots or frames. Actually, most of the rest looks good. Might need, let's grab another stack, put the 14 back. Let's get 3 stacks. Okay, robots. Sure, let's take 150 more. Alright, so I'm going to finish off one last bit of the build up to the northeast. And that is going to be refueling. And the other thing I wanted to mention here is I split this into 2. So we have a nice long waiting lane for the drop-off and a different waiting lane for the pickups. So I didn't want, one train waiting for a pickup here to cause all my drop-offs to lag or vice versa. So it just helps control things a little bit better. We'll see how that actually turns out. So what I want to do here is requesters. Oh, that's for provider. Requesters are red. So requester chests, that's provider. I said requester. Requesters are blue. So 50, let's go 100. So 100 solid fuel. And we want to do something with circuit network on these guys. So we'll do something similar where we say actually we'll do exactly the same thing. So combinator. Not right. No, I want it like that. We'll use a green wire to attach you, a red wire to attach to, say, to you. And then we'll say if solid fuel, where was fuel? There it is. Okay, so should we do the same thing, 75%? Less than that, output a 1. And that will be a green signal which goes out here. I think it's safe to go to here, and then here, and then here. Alright, so output signals, fuel. Why don't I see it in here? Hey, the robots have finished. Neat. Signal's red. Excuse me? It's backwards. This needs to have like a big sticker or something that says, you know, this side up. Where's my red circuit? Okay. So let's try this one more time. Red circuit to the input. Green circuit to the input. Green circuit to the world. Output signal. One thing. This says 1. Alright. So now what we need to do is blue chests. Put some there. Get a few more of these. A bunch in there. I think we should be good. I'll take care of that soon. That's up there. Okay, so copy the bare minimum, which is that, because that'll get me free circuits. There. There. And yep, they're coming. And then copy this whole bit. And do the same thing over here. Alright, so take a quick peek. Output signals is 1. Gonna need more green wire. Uh-oh, why can't I build more green wire? I need tinned copper wire. No tin. Okay, well, I'll fix that up between episodes. Got 2. So it's working. It's saying I need fuel. I don't have a fuel train to bring it, but it's going to be the exact same concept. If there's something saying that I need fuel, then it'll bring me fuel. So you are going to get a red wire from here. I've already got a green wire from that. You're already outputting. So you just need a green wire to the output. I have to be really careful because I don't want to mix it with these green wires. So we'll just do green to... I don't know where I'm going to do that green wire. Maybe we'll have just a separate power cable right here. If I put one like right here and then green to there, I think that should work. But I need more green wires to do that. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to do some serious biter fighting there. And I'm going to expand the base right up to about here between episodes so that I can get more oil. So yeah, we'll see you guys after I've done that. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to hit the like or subscribe button or leave a comment below. And we'll see you next time.